Take it, Ann.
Take it away, Ann.
Welcome back to the show. We have so much fun with Fred. Welcome to the show,
Well,
Fred.
thank you. It's an honor to be here. It really is. How are you doing now, Miss Ann? You doing okay?
They made me cry. Okay.
Oh boy.
It's good to be here.
That's great.
We're talking about
Great.
horses, of course. Fred is our horseman.
Well,
He's our horse
though,
expert.
First, though, did anybody see the Sunday Harrison Daily Times? This gentleman had a whole page talking about Star Trek. Did you know I'm a Trekkie?
Are you
I
really?
love, from the very beginning, I watched
cool.
every episode.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, after the
Wonderful.
show, we'll see how trivialized you are. Trivialized. Yeah.
Is that a
You're
word?
making
No, I
up
just
a
make
lot
that.
of
I
words
make-
here, Dan.
Yeah. Hey, did I tell you about two of my cowboy friends? They were working on this big spread, and the boss sent them to town to get feed, and they left before they got to eat at the chuck wagon. And so they was walking around town waiting for the feed store to open, and the donut shop, the smell coming out of there was so good. And so they kind of looked in their pockets. They didn't have a dime between them. So they walked over there, and they kind of looked. They walked in, and the smell hit them. The donuts they smelled so good, and the baker went in back. Well, one of the cowboys, whose name was Dan, grabbed two of them donuts and slouched them down in his pocket, and out the door he went. And the other cowgirl, her name was Ann, she went out there and she said, "Give me one of them donuts." And Dan said, I got these myself. If you want a donut, go back in and get it yourself. So they walked back in the door, and about that time the baker come out. Ann looked at him and said, "Hey, baker, would you like to see a magic trick?" And the baker said, "Yeah, it's early. I'd like to see a magic trick." Ann said, "Let me see one of them donuts." He gave Ann a donut, and she ate that just so quick it was gone. And the baker got wide-eyed and said, "Well, where'd my donut go?" And he said, "Look in Dan's pocket."
That was good, Fred. Fred's always got a story.
Oh, my. Horses. You
Yes.
know,
Yep.
currently in the United States, there's about 70,000 wild Mustangs running wild in the 10 western states. The Bureau of Land Management has lands. That's almost 3 times the number that should be running out there. It's just like if you had put a horse in your front yard, how long could them horses stay there? They couldn't. They'd eat all the grass. And we've got that situation out there right now. There's another almost 45,000 in some kind of pen situation that we have gathered off the range and put them in pens trying to find homes for. And so we have a major wild horse problem that we need to help with. And one way we have of doing that is to adopt these horses out. We have adopted out more the last year than we have the past 10. I mean, it's been keep going up. But we've got to do something about them horses out there on range. And we have all sorts of people that will write and call because they read something on Facebook or something. And we all know everything on Facebook is true. Abraham Lincoln said that. I read that on Facebook. And so, what I'm going to ask people to do is, if they would, before they rush off and believe everything they see on Facebook, check it out to be sure it's the right thing.
Sure.
Okay, because that's the one thing about it. But we're trying to get a handle on these horses. They're beautiful. I love to see them running out there. They need to run forever.
Yeah.
But it's just like everything else; they have to be managed.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we're trying to do.
Right.
And Blue and I are going all over the place, sharing the Mustang story. Y'all know Blue. He's we got some things coming up. We just got through doing an event in Springfield with Lucas Oil. That was a pretty neat thing. The first time I'd ever met them folks, and it was a pretty good deal. They have a movie out called Running Wild, and this was for the premiere.
Oh, wow.
And it was pretty good. And they had Blue and I meeting the guests as they come in.
Oh,
Neat.
That's pretty cool.
was nice.
Blue really liked that. And then coming up the 1st of June, I'm going to Loretta Lynn's place in Tennessee. They're having a big thing there to help Alzheimer's and a few other benefits.
Yeah.
And Blue and I will be there for 3 or 4 days. And then we've got a training thing in the middle of June out at Great Escapes Mustang Sanctuary in Colorado, where we're going to take people that don't know anything about horses. They're going to come out, they're going to adopt a horse, and for 2 weeks we're going to have some one-on-one training with them, and then get to take the horse home with them.
Which is important after you do this adoption process.
Yes.
That you want them to not just be wild and crazy, but to have some...
Well, that they need to be part of your family. Now, I don't mind if you never ride him or not. That doesn't. But you need to be able to catch him and and check him, make sure everything's good about him. And plus, there's nothing like a smell of a horse in the morning. I mean, I just.
Is there an easy way to do that? To train a horse to be your friend?
Well, yeah, there is. If,
Of course,
if you follow,
horses have their own personality.
Horses
too.
have their own personality. But one thing about horses, though, they always follow leadership. You see a herd of horses, they follow one horse. If a plane flies over and makes a loud noise or something, every horse will look
for
for
that one.
that leader. And
What's he
whatever
gonna
that
do?
leader does, that's what the
they
other
do.
horses will do. So you have to position yourself as a leader. And so,
So there's tips and techniques on how to do
yes,
that.
and that's what I do. That's what, with my horses. I position myself as a herd leader. And it works fine.
Okay.
It does really, really good, really, really good. And so we've got a lot of things going back to Silver Dollar City.
I was going to
this
ask
year.
you if you're doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going back up there again this year. But this will probably be my last year up there. I'm getting old.
Oh, really?
And
I know
I'll
you're
tell
looking old, but I didn't know you.
I feel old. Hey, I got to tell you, speaking of Silver Dollar City, it's not, but
See how his mind switches back.
HK McCaleb and Vernon Maxwell. He's 91 and HK's at 94. I took them up to Top of the Rock yesterday.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
my gosh.
And the three of us together added over 250 years. I mean, we were 250 years experience strong.
That's funny.
Them two guys
are a
had
hoot.
such a hoot. I mean, it was incredible up there. And the people up at Top of the Rock treated us like royalty. I mean, it was really, really good. But them
Aw,
two
that's
guys had a
wonderful.
great time. It was a hoot for me.
Yeah.
It was really a hoot for me. They
Well,
were
you
really
know,
good.
He hasn't taken us to Top of the Rock yet.
Well, just like you haven't invited me to your house. But anyway, it's a great testament to meet somebody like you that goes after the passion in their life, and they are truly happy. You see them every day. So
Well, thank
I just
you,
wanna
Dan.
And
say
you
that.
are
Thank
a
you, Dan.
good person.
Well, thank you, Miss
you're a good
Ann.
ambassador for
I
not
good
only
appreciate that.
people around you, but for the horse community.
Right.
Well,
Also,
it's one of those things where if you have a passion, do it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's lots of talkers, but there's very few doers.
Right.
And so I've always wanted to be a doer, and that's what I do. And
You're a doer.
I love horses. I love horses. I love people. I love seeing the interaction between kids and the horses. We got Skylines coming out to the farm this year again. This will be their 12th year out there, and we're going to give all those first graders, some of them their first encounter with a horse and cattle and goats and dogs and chickens and all this, and
Yeah.
just have a really good time.
Yeah,
And that's always
that's fun.
good. There's something. Will Rogers once said, "The outside of the horse is good for the inside of a man," and that's true. But neither it's a man, woman, child. The outside, in the morning you go out there and hold that horse and smell of him and rub him and all this. It just sets you up for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Rest of the day.
Fred, appreciate you coming by.
Thank you.
Oh,
We are-
good.
yeah.
You want me to just close with a real short poem?
Yes, please
Yes,
do,
I'll-
because we just
be
got
our
enough time
closing.
for that.
Okay.
Yep, go ahead.
The early pre-dawn silence is like music to the ears of the rested and contented who take the time to hear. I've missed that pre-dawn silence not found up on the track the world says I should follow. But I shall have it back, for once again I've horses to fill my spirits whole. Dear God, oh how I've missed them and how they make me whole. Thank you all for having me.
Wonderful.
All right.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
Fred.
Thanks, Fred. And we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. We'd like to thank all the guests who've been on the show today. We had Circle of Life, Queens of Hearts with Kim Ross, and also representatives of Grandma's House. And then we had AC/DC.
Chris Kendricks with
Uh-huh.
ACDC. I want to mention Dina Dillard was
Okay,
the Circle
yeah.
of Life,
All
since
right.
we kind of went over
And then Jay Wilson, we talked about the Buffalo River Elk Festival that's coming up
and
real soon.
some other thing. The thing at Dog Patch.
And
that
the thing
craft
at
fair.
Dog Patch, yes. And then, of course, Fred Woehl. Thank you, sir.
That dog patch thing sounds interesting.
I know.
I'd like to go.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. If you'd like to be a part of our programming here, you can give us a call at 870-741-4891, or you can go to our website at hometowntv.net.
Or stop by at 400 South Sycamore.
Yep. Go to our Facebook page, Hometown Television. Thanks a lot. We'll see you again next time.